Hello everybody, it is Draco in here, and welcome to the Dinoco Cup Series at Homestead. This is the final race of the regular season, and it's extremely hot in my room. That's why two of my fans are on. So, yeah. There were threats of rain tomorrow at Homestead, so they decided to push the race back to a night race tonight, even though it's not really nighttime yet. It's only like 5:30, but still. So, anyway, let's give you some of our drivers to watch. There are 5 drivers that could possibly get in on points. There will be 2 spots if some new guy wins today, and 3 if someone doesn't. So here are some of the guys that are in contention to get those spots in on points. Here's the first one, Clint Boyer in the 14. He is currently in the playoffs on points. Then we have the 24 of William Byron. He currently can get in on points. Same with the car behind him, Martin Truex Jr. Then we have Kevin Harvick in the 4. Matt DiBenedetto in the 21, and Jimmy Johnson in the 48. Those guys are all possible people to make the playoffs on points. So, yeah, we're going to get this race underway, an unexpected night race here at Homestead. Chris Buescher won the pole in the 17 car. The 40 of Rory Miles will start second. Scott Lagasse Jr. starts third, and Henry Miles in the 55 will start in fourth. Green flag! And 2 of them didn't make it past the line, so we will have to try it again. So here we are. Here. And of course Lagasse didn't make it past because his car is super slow. So here we go. Green flag this time, and it's going to be Chris Buescher and the 40 of Rory Miles moving on. Scott Lagasse Jr. and Henry Miles will not move on, and neither one of them will make the playoffs this year. Next we have the 05 of Sebastian Giglio, the 41 of Cole Custer, the 72 of AJ Allmendinger, and the 95 of Christopher Bell, who is already locked in on points. I meant not on points, but with a win. Green flag. And it looks like it's going to be the 72 and the 41 that will move on, so they will still have a shot to advance into the playoffs. Sebastian Giglio got into the wall, like literally into the wall. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. So yeah, Bell and Giglio will not make it. Brad Keselowski, he's in with a win, along with Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick. Bubba Wallace does not have a win. He will have to win today. He cannot get in on points. And it looks like it's going to be the 9 and the 2 advancing. Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski. So that means Bubba Wallace will not make the playoffs in Season 2. Next we have the 97 of Ty Dillon, the 35 of Joey Miles, the 14 of Clint Boyer, who's one of those guys that's looking for a spot in on points, and the 39 of Buck Berringley. Green flag. It's going to be Boyer and Ty Dillon moving on. So Berringley and Joey Miles will not be making the playoffs this year, but yeah, Ty Dillon, he would be a dark horse if he made it in. Next we have the 60 of Chase Briscoe looking to win his way into the playoffs. Also rookie Justin Allgaier, and also Ryan Blaney. Eric Almirola, he is in with his win at Bristol. caution is out. Nobody flipped over. So we'll have to try that one again. It's going to be the 5 and the 60 moving on. So that means Ryan Blaney will not be advancing in the playoffs and joining his 2 Penske teammates. Next we have the 24 of William Byron that's looking to get in on points. The 98 of Spencer Gallagher. The 19 of Martin Truex Jr. and the 00 of Landon Castle. Green flag. And the caution is out. Castle didn't make it past. Truex, another guy trying to make it in on points. Green flag. Oh, it's going to be Byron and Truex advancing, which means Spencer Gallagher and Landon Castle will not make the playoffs this year. So here we go. It's Owen Miles is in with his win at Atlanta. Ryan Reed announced that he will not be in that 16 car next year, so he is out of a ride for season 3. JJ Yaley, he cannot make the playoffs. He has not attempted the full season. And Kyle Busch looking to advance into the playoffs on points or a win. But he's not going to be able to do it because Owen Miles and JJ Yaley will advance. Kyle Busch fell off the track and he will not advance into the playoffs. Neither will Brian Reed. Here's Denny Hamlin, who surprisingly cannot get in on points. Kevin Harvick, however, can. So can Matt Benedetto. Lightning McQueen has to win his way in. And the 95 didn't make it past the line. Just checking to see if we're still recording. Because I was running a little bit low on storage, but apparently it's supposed to update tomorrow, so yeah. Green flag. It's going to be Benedetto and Hamlin. Moving on. And Kevin Harvick will not make the playoffs. Neither will Lightning McQueen. Man, what a heartbreak for Kevin Harvick. He was the leader of the guys who had not had a win this season in the points. And this year he will not be advancing to the playoffs. Next we have Joey Logano with his win at Talladega. Ryan Newman has to win his way in. Kurt Busch also has to win his way in. Jimmy Johnson can get in on points. It's going to be Johnson and Logano moving on. So, 4 of the 5 guys that I mentioned in the pre-race, they have made it in. Kevin Harvick is the only one that hasn't. So next we have the 86 of Chick Hicks, the 3 of Austin Dillon, who's running second in the points, and could take first away if Logano has a worse race than him. Then we have Eric Jones, who's in with a win, and Jeb Burton, who cannot advance. Green flag. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be Jones and Jeb Burton, because Austin Dillon flipped over at the last second. So Dillon will not get the points lead, meaning Joey Logano has clinched the regular season championship. Next we have Ross Chastain, who would definitely be a dark horse in the playoffs if he advanced. Then we have the 47 of Elliott Sadler. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. announced that he was having medical problems before the race, so Elliott Sadler is replacing him. Michael McDowell will start last place. By the way, Alex Bowman, Andre Glazena, and Danny Swords were the 3 cars that DNQ'd. Green flag in the air, and the caution is out because McDowell didn't make it past. So we're going to try that again. Green flag again, and he of course didn't make it past again. We're going to put him in a different spot this time. Let's see if it helps. And it did not help. It looks like it's going to be Sadler and Chastain advancing, meaning Michael McDowell will not make the playoffs. Ricky Stenhouse can't make the playoffs either because he did not attempt the full season. So here we go with your round 2 cars. First we have a points car, the 14 of Clint Boyer. Another points car, Martin Truex Jr. in the 19. Then we have rookie Cole Custer, who must get in on a win. And Joey Logano, your points, your regular season champion. And it looks like the regular season champion is going to go down because it looks like Clint Boyer and Cole Custer will advance to the final round. Truex, he's going to have to wait. If any of the other points guys do worse than him, then he is in danger. Yeah, because Martin Truex Jr., he's currently in danger of missing the playoffs. So next we have another points car, Matt DiBenedetto. Then we have the 11 of Denny Hamlin, who must win to get in. William Byron, another points car, and Owen Miles in the 25. It's going to be Byron and DiBenedetto. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. Okay, now that that's taken care of, we'll continue the race. So next we have the 40 of Rory Miles, who's looking to be a dark horse to advance to the playoffs. Also, Ty Dillon, another one. J.J. Yaley cannot advance to the playoffs. And Brad Keselowski, your Daytona 500 winner, is already in the playoffs. And it looks like it's going to be Keselowski and Dillon advancing to the final round, meaning Rory Miles has officially been eliminated from the playoffs. Denny Hamlin also from the last round is eliminated from the playoffs. Next we have the 60 of Chase Briscoe, who needs a win. So does the 72 of AJ Allmendinger. 77 of Jeff Burton cannot advance. And the 42 of Ross Chastain. And it's going to be Allmendinger and Briscoe advancing. It depends on how Jimmy Johnson does. If Jimmy Johnson advances here, that could officially knock Truex out. So there are your 4 cars, the 48, the 20, the 47, and the 9. Green flag. It's going to be the 20 of Eric Jones and the 9 of Chase Elliott, so Truex can still advance into the next round. Into the playoffs, I mean. So that's going to knock out Sadler and Jimmy Johnson. So here we go, the final 2 cars of round 2, your pole sitter Chris Buescher and Justin Allgaier in the 5. Green flag. And it's going to be the pole sitter Chris Buescher. Moving on to round 3, Justin Allgaier will not be advancing to the playoffs. So here we go. This could determine the final 3 spots in the playoffs. AJ Allmendinger is the first car. He's looking for a win. Clint Boyer looking to advance on points. Chris Buescher, your pole sitter, he's also looking for a win. And Chase Elliott, he's already locked in with his win at the Glen. Green flag. Oh, Boyer didn't make it past. That could be bad, but he gets another chance at it, so he shouldn't be that worried. Green flag again. Oh, Boyer almost flipped over, but he's going to advance. I believe that's gonna lock Boyer into the playoffs. So Chris Buescher and Chase Elliott are out. Buescher will not advance to the playoffs this year. So next we have Chase Briscoe in the 60, Brad Keselowski in the 2, William Byron, who's looking to get in on points, and Cole Custer in the 41. Green flag. Ooh! Briscoe landed that. I don't know how he did, but it looks like Briscoe and William Byron are still going to have a chance. Keselowski and Cole Custer will not advance. So here comes the final 3 cars of this round. The 20 of Eric Jones, the 97 of Ty Dillon, and the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Green flag. It's going to be DiBenedetto and I believe Eric Jones advancing, so Ty Dillon will miss the playoffs this year. Here we are, the final 6. Clint Boyer in the 14, Chase Briscoe in the 60, Eric Jones in the 20, and Matt DiBenedetto in the 21. Allmendinger and Byron looking to advance into the playoffs because they are automatically in the final 4 for this race. And Boyer's gonna save it, and it will be him and DiBenedetto fighting for it. 3 of the points, guys. So Byron, Boyer, and DiBenedetto will automatically advance into the playoffs if one of the 3 wins. If Allmendinger wins, I believe it will be Boyer and Byron advancing. So here we go. AJ Allmendinger, Matt DiBenedetto, William Byron, and Clint Boyer. And Allmendinger is going to advance along with Clint Boyer. So Matt DiBenedetto is going to have to watch to see if Boyer ends up winning, because if he does, he will be in the playoffs. Unless Jimmy Johnson has more points than him, or Truex. Kevin Harvick, he's out of the question. He will not be making the playoffs this year. So, here we go, the final 2. AJ Allmendinger and Clint Boyer, both looking for their first career wins. Green flag. It's gonna be, I believe, Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer is going to win at Homestead and advance into the playoffs. And looking at the points, the other drivers in are William Byron in the 24, and not Matt DiBenedetto, Jimmy Johnson, by 1 point, is going to advance into the Dinoco Cup Series Season 2 playoffs. Congratulations to your playoff drivers. We'll announce them now in order. First is the 22 of Joey Logano. He is the first driver and the regular season champion. Austin Dillon in the 3 is second, with 2 wins this year, twice in a row. Third place in the points, I believe, is the 8 of Tyler Reddick, with a win at Charlotte. Getting 4th place in the points is Clint Boyer, with this win. 5th place in the points, I believe, is the 20 of Eric Jones. 6th place in the points, and also advancing, Brad Keselowski, your Daytona 500 winner. 7th in the points is, I believe, hold on, I'm losing track of my points here. I believe it is Chase Elliott, who will be 7th in the points going into round 1 at Daytona. Then after that, I believe is I'm losing track of my own points here. I believe it's the 10 of Eric Almirola, who will run 8th. In 9th place is the 25 of Owen Miles. In 10th place is the... Hold on, who was the other winner this season? Christopher Bell will be 10th going in. And then William Byron will be 11th in points, and Jimmy Johnson will be 12th. There is your Dinoco Cup Series Season 2 playoff grid. These other guys, they all had a great season, but they will not be in the playoffs. Coming up short of making the playoffs are the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., and the 4 of Kevin Harvick. But here are your playoff drivers. Congratulations to these 12, and I'll see you guys next time for the playoff opener at Daytona next Friday night.